This is the Debbie Perkins Radio Show. And here's your host, Debbie Perkins.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Hollywood Red Carpet Radio Show. I'm Debbie Perkins, and I'm your host, and I have a great guest this evening. She is the CEO of Upfront Nationwide Talent Agency. This is Bev Moore. She wears so many hats. And I was reading her bio, everybody, and this woman is probably one of the most talented out there in this industry right now. So I want to bring her aboard because I can't pick through her bio. I want her to talk about it. So welcome to the show, Bev.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Doing great.
Yeah, I was reading your bio, and wow. I find it really amazing, some of the things you're able to do. And I kind of want to be taken back a little bit with you because this is just really serious. That what you do is very serious, but yet it looks like a lot of fun too. And I'm kind of wondering how, as a young person, did you know that that would be the direction you were going to head in? Because it's really incredible.
Well, I always knew that I was going to run my own company. I always knew growing up that I was going to be my own boss. That was just, I'm very independent, and I've always been independent. And, from growing up very little, and I've always been a caretaker. So I guess that's a given. So
it's a gift. Yeah, it's a gift.
Yeah, I guess it is a gift. Yes.
Yeah, and it's really amazing because you take what you've learned from your youth and you've brought it into all your education, and you have quite an extensive education, and it's in different areas, so that it kind of fine-tuned you. Is that what you were looking for when you were going for your education?
Well, actually, the education that I took was just to enhance what I God-given gift. I feel like what I have is natural. I think that we just have a gifted talent when it comes to a leadership, and when it comes to a humble disposition. You either have that gift or you don't, and that's something that I was given
with, because you want people to connect, and that's part of what you do, is connecting the right people with the right project at the right time.
Yes, and that's what I do, and that's just something I've always done, and I've always been a mentor. Even from my early years, even in school, I can remember being at a younger age. I was always a mentor with people at a younger age, and I always wanted to, make people happy and make people feel better about themselves. If they had low self-esteem, I would always try to bring people together. And so it's something that has always been a grind. I call it my grind, and it's just been something I've taken with me throughout my life. And my education is something that I just use to enhance a gift that I have been given. And I do that to better myself, because, technology changes daily, as we know. And you have to stay abreast of that, and you have to stay on top of it. So I stay on top of that, and I'm a female. A female has to work, as we know, twice as hard, or much harder, to stay on top.
Especially in such an ever-changing business of entertainment, and it just, because of the evolution of, especially like through the corona, things changed so dramatically for everyone.
Yes.
And you experience a total change in what you were doing at the time as well, because it really put a stop on so much. And then everybody was kind of scary and like, where do we get jobs? What do we do? There's nothing we can do, because everybody was in lockdown. And then once lockdown started to reopen, now everybody's kind of going, where can we go? What can we do? But they all are hungry and they all want to work.
Well, 2020 actually was the turning point of my life. Basically, I mean, I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always been, as you can see my resume, it speaks for itself. But, 2020 was the year that made me stop still. It made everything stand still for me in my lifetime. And I decided that I've always done philanthropy. That's always been a part of my life. I believe that's why I have excelled and done well, because I've always given back. But 2020 is when everything stood still around me, and I decided that I was going to give up my business part of what I'm doing and not make money. I was going to give back to the community and to the industry, the other industries, and help people get back on their feet. And I was going to do whatever I could to help other businesses, other people that were not able to do it themselves. So that's what made me start the platform that I started, which was Speak Up Bev. And that was in July of 2020. And so I started it, and it was just an outreach program. And it was there for, any type of business, just to reach out and for help, marketing, just suggestions on how do I start my business? How do I get back on my feet? What do I do? What am I doing wrong financially? Whatever, any type of question. But it ended up, I had so many friends in the entertainment industry and have for so many years that they ended up being the ones that were struggling the most that I found during that time. And my heart went out to those in entertainment. And that's where I put all my effort. And I gave up my time and dedicated all of the rest of 2020, and all of this year has been dedicated to philanthropy, just for the entertainment industry. So,
Really?
Yes.
It really is. How exciting, though. I mean, it must make you feel really good when someone has come to you and has asked your advice. And it's one thing to get the advice. It's another thing for them to take it and run with it. And when they do,
yes,
it must be such an exhilarating feeling to know that you have your fingerprint on just that little project over there.
It's been, well, for me, it's not, I don't want to get that's the thing, is that I don't want my name on anything they're doing, because it's not about that. The only thing I want the reward I get is seeing them excel. I want to see them succeed and go to the next level. And that's the way philanthropy is. Philanthropy is all about seeing that person succeed and seeing them go to the next level and seeing them grow. And it's not about you getting recognition. It's about seeing your success through others.
That's really amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so there's
nobody I know that does what you do. People offer help, but there's always like a price to pay. Or, you know what I mean? Where you've taken your time to do this for others, which is quite unique, because in this day and age, to find somebody like you is like rare. You're a diamond.
Well, I guess I do things. I go by my heart. I go by where God leads me.
Yeah.
That's everybody says, why do you do what you do? God leads me in the path that I go. And that is where I'm led. And in 2020, I was asked, what was what changed your stream? You're doing one thing hardcore, you're running your businesses, you're going in this direction. I'm fast paced. That, I have so many nicknames they call me, Devil Wears Prada, whatever they want to call me. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you change midstreams and you're doing this for, just philanthropy, and you're helping, you're building marketing campaigns for your friends in entertainment, and you're pushing their brands all over the globe, and you're doing this and you're doing that. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, look, this is where God led me to go. But what it was is something changed in 2020 with the division in America. Everything was so in disarray. Everyone was bickering back and forth. There was so much arguing and fussing and fighting, and I felt that the entertainment industry was smothered. They were suffocating, and I wanted to give the entertainment industry a voice. I wanted to somehow take whatever it was. I felt like there was just something standing on top of them and not letting them speak. And I just wanted to do whatever I could to lift it and help lift whatever it was that was on top of that industry, and give them a voice again. And I wanted to be a part of that. And that's what I set the mission out to do. And that's why I named it Speak Up, Speak Up, Speak Up, and Speak Out, because there is a voice. There is a voice that needs to be heard. And the entertainment industry is still there, because I feel like, where would we be without entertainment?
I think that without entertainment, we would be 100 years behind.
Yes.
I think that, or even more, because as far back as you can even recall historically, there's always been music, there's always been theatricals, there's always been, things that mammogram, like when they go to your door and do a gram, there's always been some kind of a way to make somebody laugh or just enjoy life just a little bit more, because there's something to take your mind off your woes.
Yes. And I think of the children that I've mentored over the years. I've mentored children and youth. I think of television. I think of entertainment that have helped them get through their hardship and their depression. Where would they be if they didn't have entertainment? And so, and then 2020 comes along, which was the craziest year I've ever seen in my life. And then I felt like it was smothered. It was like, where did it go? It was like it vanished. So I decided to bring a voice back and do what I could to help, because I felt like they were not as loud and as boastful as they used to be. And everything had changed. And John Lewis, the passing of John Lewis, there was something about that era, that time when that happened, and after the George Floyd and all of the disarray, that it was during that time frame of that everything, that's when it all started with me. And I started the platform, and it went absolutely crazy after that, and I haven't stopped. It went through the roof.
That's amazing that it's gone viral, and the fact that it was able to go viral was because there was a need for it, it sounds to me like, and
Yes.
people were looking for, and I do believe that people do look for avenues to help them, but there's nobody that can give them that help. So offering a service like that where they can just go there and be free to open up and express and even or question. And now, is it interactive? Are other members able to speak on, like say if they know something, are they able to input, or is it based around you giving the info and then everybody kind of connects on that level?
Yeah, my platform is completely unbiased. I mean, I'm very strict about, I don't do politics. There's no politics, and it's open.
You said you wanted it positive.
I want it positive. Positive platform. It's positive, and it's no politics, and it's diversity. Diversity is number one. I'll open my platform to everyone, and that means everyone has a voice. And, they have to come to me. Yeah, they have to come to me with what they want to speak about because, I don't want some crazy lunatic on there doing something, that's going to offend.
That's counteractive and that's counterproductive on the level of trying to help people understand better ways of their own business. And when even actors, they are their own business.
Yes.
And that alone, a lot of people don't understand. It's quite a process of what they're able to get and try to do for themselves. But yet they can come to you and they become clients, and then you have the ability and the connections to be able to help them further their knowledge and their career.
Well, what I've done is what I have been successful doing over the past year, and this has been ironic that it's been 1 year. This month is 1 year since I started.
Wow.
1 year, that platform, just speak up. I mean, I wear many hats, as you can see with my medical and all of the other fields.
Yes, you do. Yes, she does. She wears a pink hat, a green hat, a purple hat, a baseball hat, a softball hat. You do. You really, truly do. And if anybody is ever interested in the bio, we can absolutely make sure that they know a little bit more about Bev. But go ahead, Bev, before I interrupt.
Yeah, the Speak Up is 1 year. 1 year ago that I started it, and it went viral. And I decided, well, not decided, it was just God's plan, but I went outside the U.S. a year ago this month. Just last week, I went out to Nigeria, and I started a nonprofit, Worldwide United, started Worldwide Films, actually, in Nigeria. It's going to be a global, it's going to be Worldwide Films, and we're going to have it in every country. And and I started Worldwide, the nonprofit company, which is an entity of that, and it's going to be, it's named, it's already set up. It's Worldwide United Nonprofit. And that is it's going to be set up in every country. The first country launch was Nigeria. And there's pictures all over my page. If you go to my page, you'll see pictures of the children in Nigeria. I arranged it. I worked very close with the bishop the main bishop in Nigeria, Dr. Rex, and I'll have his pictures are all over my page, and I'm going to have him. I'll have him. He'll also be published in the magazine. They chose me as the top 10 in the Women Influence of 2021, and I'm going to have him featured in that magazine.
Wow.
Yes. So
that's a wonderful. That's a wonderful award. To be one of the top 10, and to be an influencer is for women, I think is just phenomenal, because, like you said, it takes 10 times harder to be accepted to do anything in a man's world. And I'm not saying anything bad about men. I'm just saying it really does take us women a little bit more to get ahead. But you know what? I think that's fantastic. And the trip itself must have been quite exciting.
It's been exciting. What I've loved about it is I have I've known a lot of the people, but to get reacquainted, and to get closer to so many people that, over the past year, and get reconnected. And what I've done is I've connected the dots. That's what I call it, the dots. And I've been busy connecting all of these dots throughout the entertainment industry. And I've been getting people connected, and it's just been a lot of fun. And I've been helping people grow and helping people advance their horizon, advance their careers, and go to the next level, and be able to, they were stuck in in a place where they didn't know what to do, and now I've been able to get them connected to the next dot or the next step, and now they're outside of that area, and they're able to move on. And so, able to be that, I feel like what they call it, the hub. I've become the hub. So they have a hub to go to, and that can connect the dots.
It's really interesting, Bev, because what you do is you help many businesses, and they're all different types of business, but yet in the entertainment industry, you're able to work one-on-one with multiple levels of different types, which is really cool.
Yes. Yeah, I've helped actors. I mean, these are growing actors that don't have IMD, that don't, just need a start.
They're just learning. They're trying to figure out, and they don't know. And you have that information, which is so amazing. Now, does your Speak Up platform help with that as well, or is that like a separate entity?
Well, Speak Up, what it did is it basically just, it's a platform that helps everybody in the entertainment with whatever need they have get started or connect the dots that they need. For instance, if they're in the industry and they are knowledgeable and have experience, it's going to help them connect whatever dot they need. So producers, even directors with experience that need connections to certain editors, or they need to find certain actors, or if they need casting, whatever. If they need,
so great.
Yeah, I even have several producers that come to me, and they need backing, they need financing, they need.
We're going to take a really quick break. Hang on one second with that thought. Everybody, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. And I'm here with Bev Moore. She is a CEO of Upfront Worldwide Talent. She's also a writer and a philanthropist. No, you say philanthropy. It's tickling my tongue. Isn't it? But anyways, I wanted to welcome you back to the show, Bev, because what an amazing journey you're on, and you're helping so many people. Now, this whole the Speak Up. If somebody really wanted to join that, what would they do? How would they go about to do that?
Well, it's interesting. Speak Up People are going to be amazed, are always amazed when I tell them how it happened, but I didn't advertise. I did no advertisement when I started the platform. Everybody found me. They just somehow, I was already friends with so many people in entertainment to begin with, and I opened up this website and just, I had a few friends that needed help, and I started creating ads, and I'm very, very well computer savvy, I guess, and I start doing some things for them, and then I start doing some digital marketing, and I play around with things and I'm very creative, So next thing you know, it starts spreading and everybody starts talking. And that's how it got started. And then everybody from here to Hollywood, everybody starts telling everybody. So then I start with 1,000 followers to over 4,000 in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, and before I knew it, and I wasn't looking for it. It was just like all of a sudden I look one day and I'm like, where did that come from? So yeah, it was anything I'm trying to do. It just happened. And so as far as people trying to get on with me, they just a lot of them just follow me, if that makes sense. They follow.
Give them a safe place to converse and knock their ideas out.
And what they do is they come to me, and they'll come to my platform, and they'll just come and message me. They'll send me messages, and they'll just approach me. And I don't help everyone. Don't get me wrong, not just everyone. It has to be the right fit. It has to be, someone that really has the right, their heart has to be in it. It has to be for the right reason. And, I know when it's right. I just put it to you that way. I just know when it's the right person and the right fit. And that's when I push it through. And when I mean push,
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Because some people, their ideas are half baked, and they're not, whether they're not mentally or physically ready for that move,
right?
Or to go beyond where they're at. Sometimes they're only plateauing because that's where they're supposed to be for right now. I can see that you're working with people that need to excel beyond the plateau.
Exactly. It has to be the right fit, and they have to be ready for it too. They have to be ready for the, and I know talent when I see it, and when they come to me and they give me a platform, or they have a platform, I pretty much know, what I'm looking for. And that, I didn't have a talent agency at that time. The talent agency, coming up with the talent agency, was basically the idea of all of these clients, or they're not really my clients, all of the people that I've helped, all of this past year, they basically have urged me to open talent agencies, because they said, you're basically doing the job of a talent agent,
Right.
and they said you need to have a talent agency. So that's what led to that. And it just started that way, and I'm still doing philanthropy, and I'm slowly moving into the talent agency part of it. And that's why I'm growing. That part of it is growing. And right now I have 5 locations that I'm in the process of opening up and getting established as we speak.
That's fantastic. I absolutely think that you're going to be so successful with that.
Thanks.
Because there's so many people in need of that extra help. They just don't know, you come to a place where you just don't know who to go to, or you don't know who to trust. because there's some people out there that will take your money and run, and won't give you any help. And then they can come across your platform and they know it's a safe place. Other people have worked with you.
Oh yeah, and they know it's safe because I'm not charging them anything. I mean,
that's another thing. I think people are quickly removed from their cash.
It removes that, and then you build their trust, and you do something good to benefit them and help them grow and help their business, and then you establish a relationship. And then later on down the road, you've built that rapport, and to me, it's built on relationship. Relationships build relationships, and even later on, as I build my agencies and I have new talent, the people that are superstars that go through my platform today, it's called collab. You collaborate with each other. I push them. I push their brands. I do that because I feel like we all need each other. I need them. They need me. We all need to work together. And, to be a unity in this entertainment business, because it's a hard business to survive. And, if they come, and I want to be able to push them and give them the extra push to make it in this business. And there may be a day that I may need the same from them. I may need a push, you never know.
That's true.
Right. So we all help one another, and we stay happy. We live happy. And to me, we all get the reward in the end if we live that way.
Well, it sounds like you lived by the balance of justice. You balanced everything out so that it's kind of equal. And I think that's fantastic the way you think, because you're giving so many people the opportunity to connect and be part of the real world, because without what you're doing, so many people would not know which way. They just lose direction. Keeping people focused towards just and look at all the entertainment and the wonderful opportunities the world is going to have because of the opportunities that you're giving people just by what you are able to do with them.
Yeah, it's been a reward. It has. The only thing that, as far as negativity, I don't really pay attention to the negativity. Yes, there has been. I've had several that have come through that have tried to make it negative, that have tried to, you have people that have the mentality that, this can't be this woman can't be doing something good. It's got to be negative. You know how that is.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? You don't even shrug it right off, just like everything else.
That's what I've done. That's what I've done. You just kind of like.
There's always, that's when you're doing something right, is when people are negative. They do say that nobody's ever jealous of a loser.
You're right. And those people, the way I look at that is, there'll be a day down the road, years from now, they'll look back and they'll see the agency and they'll see it where it's prospered, and they'll go, wow, if I had just had my head on right, but you know what? If they come back to me later on, I'll still be there for them.
You will, because that's who you are.
Yes.
You're very kind. And I think you see things in people, but then again, that could be not their time.
Right.
So that their time they know about you and they're able to come to you, but maybe they're not at that place yet.
They're just not ready. They're just not ready. They're not in it for the right reason.
And you would know that if they came to you before they even, if they didn't know it, you would know it.
Right.
But but you know when someone's coming to you and they are right off the vine.
Exactly.
They're ready to go. They're ready to grow.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes, and I just know I have an instinct. It's called a natural, just like we talked in the beginning of the program. When I started as an entrepreneur, I knew early on that I would never be able to do something. I knew I would have to be my own person. I would always be independent. And that's just something that, it's an instinct. It's a natural instinct. And I have that with people. So.
Sorry. When you start up your talent agencies, are you going to open it up to adults and children? Is this going to be so that multi-level age and color can go into your establishment and work with their talents through your independent, they'll be connected, right? But yet they'll be independently in different states.
Yes.
That's what my brain's telling me.
Yeah, it's independent, and it's all ages. I welcome all ages, all talent. All talent. I have artists. I have got.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I mean I've got artists.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what's the different types of talent? We've got singers.
I've got musicians. I have musicians. I have artists. I have all talent. So just so you know, it's not just actors and actresses and film and the film industry. I have all types of talent with my agency. Musicians are starting to really, really catch on.
Are they really? I was wondering about that.
Yes, and they are signing on as we speak. They are super excited about my agency. I don't know what it is about. They really like me for some reason.
Magic. Maybe they'll bring some magic dust with them to your company.
I don't know.
Sprinkle it on as they're there.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the musicians are like, I'm going to sign up with her, Bev. So, but the music industry is real big. And then artists are, I have a rising artists right now that are phenomenal talent. And I have a goal to help them reach superstardom. And then I have artists that go through my platform that are major artists, and I collab with. So, what I benefit from is having those relationships, because they're going to help me help my young artists plateau to the next level.
Oh, yes. Especially as the time goes on and new talent comes, every year you'll get new people. And
yes.
Yeah. So you'll be able to, because you never know what's going to come up, and that advice you're going to get, or you'll be able to offer, will be.
I have models. Models are signing up. I have these models. Yes, I have models that are signing up. Young models, beautiful male models that are signing up. I'm just like, wow. So, I'm having to open that market there. And my biggest thing is hiring personnel quick enough, hiring enough personnel to keep up with the pace. So, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I'm not complaining.
No. And you know what? I mean, what is your game plan? Are you looking at the next year to two? What's the dynamics of your time frame?
Well, the thing is that when I started Speak Up, everybody wanted Bev. Well, the thing is that we've got to wean that off a little bit, where they have to understand that Bev has got to start getting the offices groomed. I've got to get the offices ready so they're polished and set up so that we can get them groomed.
Right.
And there's a process involved, so, Bev can't, be on the phone 24/7, doing the calls and doing what I basically have been babysitting for a year. So
Right.
I've got to do the weaning off process right now. And that's what I'm in the process of doing, so that I can get my offices set up and ready to roll. I'm in the process of hiring personnel and getting personnel in position so that all my offices are organized, so that while the talent is coming in as we speak, they are organizing the talent so that we can get them positions and get them, casting roles and et cetera.
I understand. And it's going to take a special group of people to work with the talent, because you want people that are humble enough so that they do their job, but not make the star uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and I've been very careful. I hired the most recent hire was here in North Carolina, for my North Carolina office. She was she's from Italy, and she's relocated to North Carolina, but she has experience in the talent agencies. So she worked with talent agencies before. That is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people with experience in talent agencies. And with that, I don't want just someone that just has entrepreneurship. I want someone that's worked with talent agencies and has that vast experience. And
good idea. That's a real good idea, because it's about making your brand so that it sticks around for a very long time.
Yes.
You want to be around for a very long time, and what you're doing it at a really good time, Bev. I think that you're hitting milestones in the industry, because so many companies they just couldn't stay open after the COVID, and here you are coming out of the dust. You're like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Well, yeah, it's like it is a phoenix. I can tell you that. It's very it's so fast moving that it really takes it takes someone with you really have to move fast. I mean, your brain has to go fast, and that's what I have to challenge myself with. And that the good thing is I love a challenge. So this is exciting for me.
Oh, it's
and
huge.
So the quicker and faster it is, the better I'm going to do, the better I'm going to function.
Oh my gosh. And then you just sound like someone who you can juggle and multitask all these different jobs.
Yeah, the more I have, the better I do.
It's funny because a lot of people say, don't do too many things. Don't put too much on your plate.
No.
It depends on the person. Don't you agree? I mean.
Yeah, it's the person. I have always been the type that you give me more, I'm going to do better. And because I get it, if you give me a task, if you put it on my plate, I'm going to finish it. I won't put it off my plate until it's finished. And that's the way I am with anything I do. So, if I have if you give me a project and it gets on my plate, I'm going to make sure it's completely finished and perfect before it leaves. And that's how I do everything. I don't ever leave anything open, because if you do, you may forget to go back and finish the project.
Mm-hmm.
And you leave everything out there open, and that's what drives me insane. And I can't work in that capacity. And that is the secret to my success. That's how I function. Now, some people can't do that. There's so many people
finish a project, no, and then it never gets finished.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who can't do that. They just can't.
And then it's a half-done project. It's like, why build a half your house? You know?
Yeah, I don't get that, but what it is, it's called, you have to learn how to train your mind to focus. It's all in the focus, and that is something that I have a set of doing, and I just do. I always have, and nobody can really train you to do that. I think that's just something that you just have. That's just something that you're just gifted with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what type of people will you be looking forward to working with in the near future? Sounds like you've got a good lineup so far.
As far as the people that I recruit or the people that I hire, or what exactly are you asking?
Well, either one or both. Because it does look like this is your next move is to get your agencies up and running.
Oh, yes, yes.
And so for the people in each state, would you like to have up to 50 people? Are you looking for more?
Oh, as far as the recruitment
agency? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The more the better. The more the better.
And that's good to know, because that way, in the areas that you end up in, the talent can go to you.
Yeah, the more the better. I mean, I want my agency to be the best. I want it to be the go-to talent in the industry. I mean, I didn't start it for nothing. You know, I want to be the competition. So, and I plan to, Tennessee is going to be my focus.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed that on my bio, but
I did see that, and I was thinking Tennessee, the state with all the singers, the opera, the Grand Ole Opry, and
yeah, I already have a location in Nashville.
Oh, great!
Yeah, I already have a location in Nashville. So my goal is, well, it's definitely going to happen. I'm going to build a studio. I have a partnership, and I'm going to have a studio in between Knoxville. It's going to be Knoxville, between Knoxville and Nashville, in that area. But I'm going to have a studio. Then we're going to do music. I'm going to have the music. I'm going to build in somehow with the music. My music talent will have that entree there, and that's really nice to have that.
You could also use that same studio to make reels for actors that don't have big acting parts. You know, to use it as well. It's a sound room, so it would be quiet. Everybody around you wouldn't hear what they're doing, and you could film them doing little acting reels.
Absolutely, yes.
So many different avenues you could take with a studio. That's pretty awesome. It's so much fun, Bev.
I know. and I'm going to start traveling, probably in another month. You know, right now I've just been really busy getting people hired for each of the states, getting, you know, people. I want like a main person in each office that can run the office without me having to be there physically. So that's been the main goal, and getting that established and done. So in another month, I'll be in a position where I can go and be remote and go out and visit locations, visit on set. That's you know, and that's going to be really fun. And you know, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking for a lot to happen in the near future with my agency and the worldwide charity and everything else that I have going on globally. Because see, I'm a global influencer is what they call me, because the reason I'm a global influencer is because I feel like for us to grow in the entertainment business, we have to be able to influence throughout the globe.
Right.
And that's how we gain more, you know, popularity, more. That's how we gain throughout. Well, you know that through the indie and everything else that we have to gain.
And the education, to spread the education worldwide is huge.
Yes.
You know, I mean, even if it's a suggestion once a day for everybody, that's still one suggestion to everybody.
For everybody, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a win-win, Bev.
It's all a win-win. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I live for. That's what I thrive for. It's a win-win for everyone. It's not just one, it's everyone. It's diversity, it's unity. We all do this together. We're all in it together.
Well, I think it's fantastic, and there's going to be so many people. They're going to be knocking on your door, wanting to know more. I love this.
And I have a website, just so you know. My website, I'm for Upfront, and the reason I've done it at a pace so that it wouldn't be overwhelming for me, because, you know, if you don't want everything just to be woo, you know. It's going to be in another week or so, but everything is going to be live with Upfront on a brand new that I've built up from scratch.
That's excellent. Now, where can everybody get in touch with you, Bev?
It's on my page now. There is a toll-free number. So you call the toll-free, and there is customer service. So, you know, they can leave messages. And they will refer to me. And then they'll have also my email address that is posted as well. My website address. The speakupbev.com is on there, and then the Upfront website will be live within about a week. No more than 2 weeks from now, there will be the Upfront website, Upfront Talent Agency website.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Bev. What a great time with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for all this excellent and exciting information. Thank you, everybody, for listening tonight. We'll see you next week, Bev. That was a great interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Thanks so much.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.